Hi, welcome to Chris Cook for You Too. Today we're still in the holiday mode and we're going to be doing triple chocolate cookies. Now, I'm your camera person today. So you're actually going to see my daughter, and she really makes this cookie. I don't do the baking, and I've told you all that several times in my home at all. But I think that this is a treat that you can use not only for Thanksgiving, but you can use it for Christmas as well. And I think it is truly going to be a treat. So let's get started with the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need sugar, flour, white chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, butter, salt, vanilla extract, baking soda, eggs, cocoa, and it can be any kind you want. We're using Hershey's cocoa. And I've already told you before, I like nuts, but instead of just having the walnuts today, I thought it would be good to mix the walnuts and the pecans together and to have them. So we're going to go away, get all of our ingredients together, and we're going to meet you at the mixer. By the way, I'm your camera person today because, as I told you before, I don't do the baking in my house. So we'll be right back. Okay, now we're at the mixer and she's already put in the melted or the softened butter. So to the softened butter, she's going to add the sugar. And I've already told you when you're mixing with where you're adding sugar to butter, that process has to be thorough because that's the basis of making whatever you're making, whether it be cakes or cookies. That's the process of making your cakes or cookies turn out really, really well. So you want to make certain that those two items are actually blended together well. After that, you're going to add your eggs, which you'll see her do in a minute. She's going to add the eggs one at a time with giving it a stir after adding each one of the eggs. Now, this is a really, really good cookie. I kid you not. I know that this has to be somewhere between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's on your table. I'm telling you, when this video was over, we sat there and me and my family, we ate up half of them because those cookies were really, really good. And like I told you, I like mine with nuts in it, and the ones that I had was just so delicious. I mean, they were really good. So you got to have this. Even if you're not having it on those tables, this is a recipe that you truly, truly must try. Now, she's blended together the sugar along with the softened butter, blended that for a while. Then she added the eggs to that. Now she's going to pour in the vanilla, as you just seen her do. Now, as always, your ingredients will be posted in the description box. So don't worry about trying to keep up with it. The only thing you have to remember is to add the liquid ingredients together and then add your dry ingredients together. So what she's going to do at this point, that's the flour. And to the flour, she's going to go ahead and add the baking soda to that. And she's going to add the salt to that as well. Now she's going to give that a bit of a stir. And then once, she's blended that in, she's going to also add the Hershey's chocolate. Now that's powdered Hershey's chocolate. And she's going to blend that together, and then she's going to add those ingredients to the batter. Now, you see that this stirring up, the mixer is stirring up for a while. You need that with this particular cookie. And you're also going to see her follow through with that same process when she adds the dry ingredients. Now, the part of this was very long. So what we did was we cut it so we wouldn't have all that dry air time. So you, even though you won't see the full process of blending together, once she adds the dry ingredients, we did it for about 4 minutes. It was about 4 minutes long. Now I'm doing something that, I'm really not familiar with, because whenever she does the baking, then I have to take her role of actually recording this. So if you see me, not too focused or something not exactly right, uh, that's because Miss Chris is doing it, and I'm not. This is normally not my expertise. This is not where my skills lie. It's more when I'm doing the cooking. But I wanted to try to bring to you some items that you could have, on your holiday table, that would be something that your family would truly enjoy, and there would be memories behind it. Because a lot of times, well, after that meal is over, people will go home and say, "Man, I sure do wish I had some of those cookies she baked." Or that turkey was really, really good. It wasn't dry. Wish I had a piece. Or those rolls were fantastic. Well, that's the kind of raves you will have if you follow along with some of my recipes that I put online, because I will not steer you wrong. But I can tell you, these cookies were so delicious. And I truly enjoyed it. Now, what you see her doing after she's blended all that together, she's mixed the semi sweet chocolates, and she's mixed the regular white chocolate together, and she's put them into the bowl and just blended them for a short time with the mixer. Again, I don't want to quote how many degrees to preheat the oven on, because I'm not sure, but I will post it when I get through. When you see this part of it, you'll also see the temperature flash up on the screen for how long, and it'll be in the description box for how long you should actually be allowing your oven to preheat. So once she's blended that together, and make certain that you scrape your bowl. You have to scrape your bowl at the bottom. Once that is actually done, then you can go ahead. Right here is where you'll see her. You can look in that bowl and you can see that the chocolate chips, as well as the white chocolate chips, or they are actually in that bowl, and she's pouring it in. Okay, so that's she's doing that with the mixer. So that's where you see that I had already told you about it, but that was the next step. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have a baking cookie sheet, but you don't want to oil it or put any kind of pan release on it or anything like that, because your butter that you have in the cookies, it's going to actually help to release the cookies from the pan once they bake up, because that's what the grease release is. It's just an item that you can use to help you to release whatever it is that you're baking, whether it be cookies or it be cake. But in this instance, because it's already there inside of the cookies, you don't have to worry about using a release. Now, you see the consistency of the cookies, then that's the consistency that yours should be as well. There's no release, no kind of pan release or oils on the baking sheet. And she took the scoop that was actually designed to scoop out cookies. She took that, and she's going to put them a little distance of apart, I think about 2.5 inches, it looks like. So she's going to make certain that that they're apart so they can spread, and they can bake good, and you don't have them all stuck together. So she's going to put 4 to 5 on one side. Then she's going to do the same thing on the other side. And then she's going to put a row down the middle. These cookies are really good. I keep on saying that again and again, because if there's any recipe that we've actually put online. This is one that you truly have to try. And if you are a chocoholic, this is really what you want to see, because when you bite into that cookie, you get that burst of white chocolate as well as milk chocolate. And it is just so delicious. And with a glass of milk or some ice cream, you cannot beat this. This is just like an all-time dessert that you have, and you've only did it with a cookie, but it's really, really good. I think that you will truly enjoy it if you try it. So she baked the cookies off, and that's the finished product of them. Those cookies came out really, really good. Now she's going to add, this is my favorite part because I love nuts, whether they be walnuts, macadamia nuts, or pecans. It doesn't matter. I just love that crunch in my cookies. So what she actually did was she took some walnuts and she added them to some pecans, and she stirred it in, and then she baked mine. Now, I don't have as many cookies as you saw her really bake off, and you really didn't see, because this yield about 30-35 cookies. We've speeded up the speed a little bit just so we could hurry up and add this end of the video. So what she did is she's going to do them the same way she did the other one, by scooping them out, and then she's going to bake them off. But these were so good. And you can do the same thing. Just because you see us make the cookies one way, you don't have to have them that way. You can add marshmallows to them. You can add whatever it is that you want to add to them, and the cookies are still going to be delicious because the base was just so good. You try these cookies, you are truly going to enjoy these cookies, because they were the highlight of our evening. And you can freeze them. You can go ahead and bake them off, and you can freeze them for a later date. So you don't have to bake them on the same day that you actually are going to eat them. You can bake them ahead of time. And if you do anything like I do for Christmas and for Thanksgiving, even though I won't have a lot of people at my home this year simply because of the quarantine, but I always have like a snack table with all kinds of goodies on it, and you best to believe that these would have been on the table. But what I will do, some close friends and close relatives, I'll make them a little goodie bag and just send it out so that they'll have it for the holiday. These cookies are delicious. I think if you try them, you are truly going to enjoy them. She's going to bake these cookies off for me, and they did not make it through the night before I had ate most of them. And then people wanted to taste them, and my family members had took some, and that was the end of it, of those cookies. Now look, that is really delicious. I mean, and the presentation is so nice. That's what we're doing for you tonight. My daughter is making her triple chocolatey chocolate chip cookies. And they're just a triple chocolate cookie. Try it. I think you're going to enjoy it. And that was her hand waving, saying thank you for watching. Chris cooked for you too. Bye.